Hi everybody, what's up? I'm Prophetic Dreams and welcome back to Prophetic Dreams Tarot. Today I have a pick a pile video for you. Yes, just for you. If you so happen to bump into this, right? The pick a pile topic that we're looking at is who is threatened by the power of your potential. We'll be diving deeper, looking at the physical traits, characteristics. You know what? Bucket characteristics, right? And just things that can make us understand who it is in real life, and their energy, of course. We'll be looking at why why are they threatened? That's question number 2. Why are they threatened? What exactly is it about your potential and its power that is so intimidating? You know what I'm saying? What about it? What makes your energy a threat to these people? And then the last question is should you what energy should you exude in order to tap into your power and tap into your potential in order to further embody and truly tap into the power of your potential? So if you do like the sound of that, I have 4 piles for you to choose from. You can pick 1 through 4. You can stay for all 4 if you feel called to. You can pick 1 for sure. So I have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Right. I will have okay, now I'll insert the pictures where you can choose from. Yeah, and I'll be seeing you in your piles, man. Okay, please do leave a like, share, comment each pile. They have it has its own emoji, so comment the emoji that's there, please. That would be so nice, just to get the comment section interactive, right? Leave a like, it's all for free, baby. Don't worry, you ain't got to pay. You ain't got to pay.
I'm not a prophet, but sometimes I have prophetic dreams.
Pile number 1. Pile number 1. Fun fact, I actually had to reshuffle, not reshuffle, I just had to add 1 more card because every other pile had 2 come out for 1 question and you only had 1. So I was like, nah, I need a little bit extra on my pile number 1. But how you doing? How you doing, pile 1? I'm sure you're great. Let's get right into it. Pile number 1. Who is threatened by the power of your potential? We have the right away to answer that. Oh, 2 kings. Oh, yes. King of Swords, King of Wands. This is definitely a father figure, an authoritative, and yes, I hope I'm saying that word right. A person who embodies authority. Could be your father, your grandfather, your uncle, your stepfather, your I'm hearing your neighbor. Maybe you grew up in a neighborhood for a very long time and there was that one male figure or family friend that you considered as a father, or well, as a father. As a father for sure. Like it was nothing sexual. That is who is threatened by the power of your potential. You as well could be a masculine who picked this pile. Yeah, you could be a masculine, or you're feminine physically, but you embody a lot of masculine energy. The person that picked this pile, that's just an extra message. Physical traits and characteristics would be this person is cold. They're hot and they're cold. They're very hot and cold. When they're really cold, they're really cold. When they're really hot, they're really hot. It's like they do things in extremes. They're King of Wands and a King of Swords. So it could be a person who is like a Libra, but also embodies a lot of Aries energy, you know. They say a lot of things that stick. They can also be a great master manipulator. whatever they say sticks, and a lot of people remember them for the things that they say. They could have been an adoptive parent towards you. Very much, yeah, I raised you. They could like to say that as well. That's who's threatened by the power of your potential. You know, when I said when they hot, it's like when they have fun and they bubbly and they funny and they're sociable and everybody likes to be around them and they bearable. But then when they're angry or cold, they distant, they mean, they're rude, they're snarky, there's comments, backhanded compliments, oh, passive aggressive. Yes, that's the type of person who's threatened by the power of your potential. This okay with the I raised you. This is somebody who did raise you, but they also feel like they contributed to your growth in one way or another. Almost like a person who feels like they helped you out so much and you owe them for your success. Pile number one. But also, they could be a person who tells you where to better yourself. Pile number one. Like they're critical. They're your biggest critique. But it's like they want you to take their criticism and use it and and not get attached to it. Just take what they say and don't get attached to it just to better yourself, because they're saying it out of love, but they also don't know how to be nurturing, with the King of Swords and the King of Wands. They spoil you. This is who is threatened and intimidated by your power, your potential. I think the reason why they're also intimidated by the power of your potential is because they're afraid that you you will turn out better than they expected. I think they're really just afraid of letting you go out there and putting your work into practice, or for you to practice what you preached. It's almost like a father who's afraid to take their child or let their child go to college, but they're not saying sweet things. Instead, they're just being mean and growing distant, and you know and you're like, why, Dad? I've been staying with you for my whole life. Now that it's time for me to move out, you're acting so weird, but ultimately I feel like they love you. And they threatened by the power of your potential because maybe they feel like you won't need them anymore, and that's what they don't want. They don't want to feel needed by you anymore. Pile number one. However, they also do feel like they've equipped you well enough to survive out there, to survive in any space. I'm so sorry for the baby that's crying in the back. They could also own a business owner, a definite entrepreneur, CEO, manager, bossing people around. But they're not that mean to their colleagues, or at least their colleagues are used to them being that mean, you know? This is the type of person that I feel like is threatened by the power of your potential. If for a very few people, if you're watching this and you were once married, this is your ex-husband. This could be your ex-husband for sure. Or yeah, ex-husband. I don't know why I said ex-husband, because I was going to say, oh, current husband, but this feels like no, it's your ex-husband. Let's go to question number 2. Why are they threatened? Right? We have the Lovers, Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Okay. Why are they threatened? What exactly is it about your potential and its power that is so intimidating or is such a threat? As I told you, this person with the Ten of Swords, they are afraid that you will not need them anymore, almost like your potential will be a stab in the back for them. And that, why? Especially if they raised you. Oh, okay. They're afraid that when you do get to a position where you are a queen, see, I told you that they also do believe in you in a sense. However, it's like they also don't. Because I just realized that now you guys can't see. This is why I insert pictures. So let's do that. Let's put it on top. Okay. So you do end up being a queen. You are a queen. You are a of royalty. You are in your right. You are grown. You are matured enough. You are within the journey of your potential. Yeah, this could definitely be your father. Just going, damn, my daughter is so old. You could be a mother as well. She's doing this by herself and she doesn't need me. She doesn't call me anymore. She doesn't check up on me even. She doesn't reach out to me and it hurts me. But then I raised her and it feels like your growth has stunned them, has become such a pain for them, a stab in the back, a wound. But ultimately they love you, of course. Especially if they birthed you. They loved you. Of course they love you. You are actually their favorite. They hold you dearly to the heart. I guess that's why they were so strict with you. That's why they were such an authority figure and they were mean sometimes or they were hot sometimes. This person who is threatened by you, more information is that they couldn't balance being your being the good cop and the bad cop. They couldn't balance being, when you have you obviously have two parents, right? But either parent, especially if they were a single parent, they could pile number one, the person who is threatened by and intimidated by your potential could be your single parent. It is a single parent, a single father who had to do this by themselves. And as I was saying, a father who doesn't know when to switch off being a nice dad. They don't know how to set rules, but then when they set boundaries and rules, the kids hate it and they want to cry. And so he has to step into that and he couldn't fully balance those two. You could have had your last conversation with your dad. It was like a fight in person. Not really a fight, maybe a disagreement. It made you see him in a different light. Okay. Yeah, they love you. They love you. Question number 3. What energy should you exude or tap into in order to further embody and truly step into your power, into the power of your potential? We have Mbuya Neha. Neha. I'm butchering this. Mbuya Nehanda. Mbuya Nehanda. Radical rebirth. Radical rebirth. I'm gonna take the little booklet and read from it. What does it mean? But just on its own, with the picture and how it looks, it's giving very much own this new journey that you're embarking on your own. Own this rebirth that you're currently experiencing. Own the fact that you are a queen. You've come so far with the Ten of Swords. And now you're a queen. You know, you had to take away all these swords on your own back, all these criticisms, all these thoughts, all these inner voices that weren't even yours. They were from this man who was raising you, or this man who was in your life, thinking that they're raising you, especially in a positive manner. You know, all these negative expressions, you're taking them out in order for you to thrive, right? Some criticism, some negative comments and criticism, they're actually beneficial and help you, and they help you have a thick skin, a tough skin. You know, it's not nice to experience something that's gonna force you to change, especially change in a manner that is like mean. Like the conditions under which that I had to go through this change is not so comfortable, is not so nice, is not so sweet, you know? So yeah, with the radical rebirth, it's getting, own this path, own your journey. That's how you can further embody this energy. That's how you can further, you know, put your foot on these holes. Next. That's how you can further, like, you know, keep the energy pushing like that. That's how you can continue being a threat, man. That's how you can continue being a threat. And it's good that you're a threat. It's so good that anybody is a threat. You know, it says born around. Yeah, okay, embodiment. Dust yourself off, move forward, and go for it again. Life is about transition and change. You will fall on your face, change your mind, and need to make a comeback again and again. Release the idea that you messed up if things aren't perfect. Stop waiting to be ready. Make new choices and decisions. The goddess declaration. Why can't I read? Why can't I flip and read? I asked myself, is it Mercury retrograde? Goddess declaration, still I rise. Yes, Mbuya Nahanda's guidance is yes, you can. Stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to start over and be reborn. Like the sun, you rise again and again. Pile number one. As I said, with the Ten of Swords here, you need to also take off and out those daggers from your back. Release all those negative thought patterns that you grew up with, all those negative thoughts about yourself, about others, about how you see yourself, about how you see and view your own success, and start loving yourself again with the lovers. Come back to a position in your life where you love yourself. And I feel like you do, pal number one. You definitely do. You definitely do. And that's what makes you such a threat. The fact that you've taken out those daggers, the fact that you've actually went back and did the shadow work and sat with yourself and was like, okay, all the past hurt and my past trauma, I'm willing to sit with it and deal with it and love my life again in order for me to be and embody this queen of cups specifically. Queen of Cups specifically. Now I'm emotionally mature. I'm so deep. I'm so tense and dense. I'm so, well, not dense as in dumb, but then I'm so like, you know, heavy. I'm so heavy rooted, rigid, and I'm so deep. It makes me real. I recognize pain now. I recognize when people are trying to just stab me in the back. I recognize when people are using me. I recognize when others are hurt. I recognize when others need me to show them love, to remind them that love does exist, that it does get better. You know? Pile number one, you need to embody and own this journey, own your rebirth. Dress how you want to dress and how you want to be perceived. In fact, don't even care about how you're being perceived. You could be older, but you're scared to dress how you used to dress when you were young. You could have lost your style. You could. This is why I was getting very much divorcee. So somebody who's gotten out of a long time commitment and they've lost their personal sense of style. They don't know who, what they like to wear anymore, where they like to eat, who they are. So it's like you restarting everything. You rebirthed everything. You transforming, you changing, but own it as well. Tomorrow you want to wear blue lipstick. Today you want to wear leather pants. Tomorrow you want to wear a faux fur jacket. Own it. Find yourself. Own the fact that you're still finding yourself, especially without your father, without your dad, without your uncle, without the person that you thought was such a support structure for you, that resembled foundation, that resembled authority, that resembled safety, that resembled protection, whose opinions actually mattered to you, whose judgment actually mattered so much to you. So, yeah. That's it for my pile number one. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Please do leave a like if you definitely did enjoy that. Leave a like and comment. Comment the emoji. Comment the respective emoji. And yeah, bye. See you in my next one. Bye, babes. Hello, my pal number two. Welcome to your pal. First of all, you are abundant. Yes, you. Yes, you who picked this pal, you're abundant. You are so blessed beyond what you can even think of. Yeah. I say that because that was the message while I was shuffling, right? So that was the message. The cards were coming out in twos, in pairs. Yeah, whoever is threatened by the power of your potential, they are threatened by the success as well of your potential, by the fact that you may be so successful, you tap into your power that you boss the fuck up so bad because you've tapped into your potential and the power of it all. They're afraid that you may even awaken to your own power. So let's jump right into it. Who is it? Who am I talking about exactly with the magician? As I said, I can't make this up. This is somebody who's afraid that you wake up to your own power. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is somebody that you're no longer talking to. This is somebody who can or is a witch themselves. They could read tarot as well. They could, or at least they believe in spirituality. This is somebody that you've engaged in spiritual talks with, exchanged views. No wonder they are threatened. They're threatened by your spiritual knowledge, pile number two, and what you know spiritually. But they aren't saying it. With the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune is my social media card. But in reverse, I feel like they could follow you, pile number one. Oh, sorry, maybe you need to go to pile number one. They could follow you, pile number two, but aren't interacting. Or they only following you to keep up to date with your life. Yeah. Who is intimidated and threatened by pile number two's power and its potential? This could be a guardian. This could be this is crazy, pile number two. This could be a spirit. Could be a dead spirit. Somebody in the afterlife. Yo, that's a tough one, pile two. Or it could be somebody also who is in the flesh, but their spirit was taken by an entity. So now it's like they're a living ghost. Yeah, with the magician and the Wheel of Fortune. Because I'm seeing with the sky, I'm looking at the sky there and I'm like, ghosts? Ghosts that come to life? And anything is possible with the magician, because the magician is somebody who he has all four elements imbalanced. Not in balance, but like in balance. you know? This is somebody who believes in your creativity, pile number two, for sure. This is somebody who believes in your creativity, but they don't want to say it to you. This is somebody who watches your content, but they don't want to tell you, or they don't show it. They hide behind fake accounts. This is somebody who you could have blocked on every other social media account, but then on one social media account, maybe you haven't. This is somebody who they keep up with you, but you don't know it. Pile number 2. Mainly because you're not there. Pile number 2, like you're in your own life. You're too busy living your own life. You're the center of your own life. You're your main character. So you don't think that you could be that a main character for other people in other people's lives. There was 444 while I was trying to talk and I was stuttering there. It was 444 on the clock. You know what I'm saying? That's who is threatened by the power of your potential. They like the things you post. They definitely love your content. They love your creative juices. As I said, spiritually, they love you. They not love you. Ugh. They're a copycat. They like who you are. They like the idea of you. So they'd rather copy it or keep up with it. They don't want to admit that they like who you are and the things that you embody and what you stand for. Yeah. It's almost like they have an evil energy, man, like evil spirit. Somebody who would do witchcraft to keep up with your life. Somebody who does like consistent tarot readings to keep up with your life, like consistently, back to back, or get consultations and they ask about you behind your back. Consistently, each time they consult. Okay, why? King of Wands, Devil. Why are they so threatened by the power of your potential? Why are they so threatened by the power of your potential? Why are they threatened by the power of your potential? With the Magician as well, just one more, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's people from all elements that are threatened by you. So it's multiple people. It's not one person. Pile number 2 that is threatened by the power of your potential. That's why I can't narrow it down to, like, is it a family member? You know, it could be also family members. It's smashed up in there. You got a lot of people that are threatened by the power of your potential. There's a lot of people that see your power. There's a lot of people that see what you're capable of. Pile number 2. And they're threatened by that. Why are they threatened with the King of Wands? Because you are attractive, you are attracting, you are abundant. With the Eight of Wands as well, and you have energy, you have the it factor, you have what people are missing, and you have it quick too. You have that energy, that spark, that creativity, that newness, that freshness, that breath of fresh air that people want. With the Devil of in reverse, you have that sex appeal as well. You definitely have that sex appeal with the King of Wands. That's the first thing I said, attractiveness. But with the Devil in reverse, you definitely have that sex appeal, that let me chain you. I will I will chain you, whips, cuffs, you have that seduction, that classic that seduction type. What do they call the siren energy? Yes, male or female. If you are a female, you definitely have masculine energy, siren masculine energy, almost like Megan Fox. You exude such deep Scorpio, but Capricorn, but Leo, but energy. You know what I'm saying? Why with the devil it's Capricorn energy? Why? Because you go make money. You get the bag. When it's all said and done, you get the bag. And they know that it's somehow tied to the fact that you let your creative juices flow, that you let your creativity run free and run wild. So they know that you're making money or on your way to making money with your hobbies. That's why they're threatened by your potential and its power, because of the freedom that it's going and leading you to, the freedom of expression that it's leading you to, and that will make you unstoppable with the devil in reverse. Because with the in the classic Rider-Waite tarot, with the picture in the imagery, those two people with the devil there, they are bound in chains, but the chains are so low so they can take them out and take them off themselves, right? Instead, they feel addicted. They feel, it's almost like addiction, obsession, almost like I have to have it. I can't live without it. Codependent on those chains. But with it in reverse, for you, why your potential is such a threat is that you aren't addicted to anything. You aren't bound or chained by anything. You are in a position in your life currently where you are able to live out your destiny freely. You are able to go where you need to go. You're able to attend things to attend. You are in your prime currently. That's why. It's either you're at your prime currently or you're taking off pile number 2. That is why they are threatened by your potential and its power, and what exactly is intimidating about it. You know, that's the energy that makes you a threat, that you're unable to be bound into one emotion, addiction. They can't get you. It's almost like you're not addicted to alcohol. Your weakness is not alcohol. Your weakness is not sex. You're not a hoe, even though you are attractive. You know, you're able to control your own urges. You know how to stay moving and keep grounding, you know, continuously working on yourself. Even though you're hot, you still have the time to go to the gym, keep up with yourself, you know, abstain, look fresh, eat good, exercise, be good, be healthy, you know, do some yoga. Then how dare you, pile number 2, you step out, you wear your best outfit, pile number 2. How dare you? Your body looks so good and you know it and you worked for it. How dare you read books and educate yourself and become even more intellectual? You smoke, but you're not addicted to smoking. Oh, hell, you haven't been smoking. Okay, and I am back. My son walked in there. Okay, let's go on to question number 3. What should you... Okay, what energy should you tap into in order to further embody and truly step into the power of your potential? We have harvest, abolinimba, abolnimba, harvest. I'm obviously butchering that. I don't know how to say that. Mama jumbo, shine. Mama jumbo, shine. Shine and harvest. We have 43 and 32. 8 and no 7 and 5. 7 and 5. Yeah. Why are they threatened exactly? I did say, right, with the devil in reverse, that actually I didn't, that you're not addicted, but they're addicted to you. They're addicted to watching you. Devil in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse as well. As I said, they sly, slick. They've created a position in themselves where they're addicted to catching up on your life, addicted to your content, addicted to your creativity, addicted with keeping up with what you're doing, especially in terms of your creative endeavors, your career, your goals, your visions, your projects, right? And so they're saying you need to embody the energy of harvest, the energy of harvest. Oh, it's 43. You can take a screenshot or read with me. I'm going to start reading from the embodiment and then we will go into these last. Embodiment. Harvest is when you reap the benefits that you have sown. The harvest is not just the fulfillment of your dreams, but the creation of them. I've been saying that your creativity, your thoughts, your imagination, yes, the blessing of you being here another day on this earth, that is all harvest. What seeds of generosity, love, support, and goodwill can you sow in your community to create a bountiful harvest for you? Goddess declaration, we are always prospering. What did I say, Paltu? As soon as I began, I told you that I got the energy of, because your energies were, your cards were coming out in twos, and it was giving me very much the energy of plenty, blessed, extra, prosperity, you know, of just, you have more weight coming, there's more weight came from, you know, and it will never stop. Honestly, it will never stop. It will never stop, especially for as long as you continue to fulfill your creative desires and what you see that you need to do creatively and how to express yourself creatively. You will never ever stop. You're still going to touch bigger platform and spaces and people. You know, not everything is about money, but it's definitely about being free and feeling happy whilst you do it, whilst you express yourself, right? You feel free whilst you're in this world, you're having this experience, and that's the energy you need to embody. You need to look around and just be grateful for what you have as well, and understand that there's more where it came from. Pile number 2, your ancestors, your spirit guides, God himself has his hand in your life, and he has another hand within your blessings and your abundance, and you will never run dry for as long as you're still the person that you are, and you are kind-hearted, you are pure intentional, and just, yeah, pure-hearted. You will never go wrong. Yeah, what seeds of generosity, love, and support and goodwill can you sow in in your community to create a bountiful harvest for all? As long as you continue to keep sharing. I hear keep sharing your content, keep sharing, because it doesn't matter who is watching you from an evil point or from a I'm just trying to keep up. There are people who are genuinely inspired by you. There are people who are waiting for you to post your next video because I want to relax. I want to see this person's face. I think they're beautiful. I think they're intelligent. I think they're smart. I think they're intriguing. I think they're interesting. I think they're creative. I think they're funny. You know? Doesn't matter who, the people that are watching you that are just trying to keep up with your life, that are just trying to be like you, just trying to make life hard for you. It doesn't matter. Pal number 2, don't think about that. And it says here, a ball is a Baga fertility goddess, and Nimba is her living spiritual healing mask. Together, they embody the sacred feminine and abundance. What did I say? Here it is. Together. And then let's go to number 32. And then, yeah, wait first. The Apollo Nimbus guidance is give thanks. You are being blessed. It is harvest time. Pray attention. Pray attention. Pray attention. A season of great harvest is a season of great epiphanies. You are prospering. Oh, that's a theme for pile number 2. Prosperity, baby. And then Mama Jumbo, we have the embodiment. Daring to rise and shine starts with the courage to be seen and heard. Your story matters and someone needs to hear it. Fear of shining brightly keeps you in the shadows, hiding and shrinking. There is no way to claim your voice, avoid rejection, criticism and judgment, but you are not for everybody. If everyone likes you, you are not really being you. Goddess declaration. I am ready to be seen and heard. What did I just say? I didn't even go to this page. This page. I didn't even go to that page, but I was literally saying, people, don't stop posting. It's giving, don't stop sharing your content. Don't stop sharing your life with us. Don't die out on us. We love you. Do not fear occupying space. Do not fear being yourself because you are abundantly blessed. Do not fear being the star that you are, pal number 2. You know? Goddess Mama Jumbo glitters as a guardian of the lush green forest of Guinea-Bissau. If her name sounds familiar, it is because Mama Jumbo's name was misconstrued by colonizers and replaced with the term Mambo Jumbo, meaning gibberish. But still, she shines. You were born to shine, to be seen, to be heard, be a movement. We need to know your name, pal number 2. We want to learn your dance, pal number 2. Don't stop writing that song. Don't stop creating that foam. Don't stop creating that fashion. Don't stop wearing your clothes like you're on a runway. Don't stop strutting. Don't stop presenting yourself as the king and the queen that you are. Don't stop singing. Don't stop dancing. Don't stop twerking. Don't stop throwing it down on a split just on a random Tuesday. Do not stop. Don't stop crunching those numbers. Don't stop being creative with your literacy. Don't stop being creative with your numeracy. Do not stop. Don't stop being a creative academic. Don't stop just juggling everything. If you know what I'm saying? Don't stop being you. Do not stop your creativity. Do not stop believing in yourself. Don't stop believing. 'Cause these hoes are just waiting on you. Don't stop believing. I just had to like hit you with a little remix. But you know, Batu, I love you, man. And you got it. You got it. It's multiple people. It's too many people that are threatened by your power and your potential. And that means something, pal number 2. Don't let me tell you 2 times. It's wrong with you. Bye, baby. Hello, my lovely pal number 3s. Hello, my lovely pal number 3s. Let me just bring it closer to pal number 3. Who is intimidated? Who is threatened and intimidated by the power of your potential, okay? For who we have High Priestess and the 9 of Cups. This is someone who was your mentor, teacher, sorry. This could be somebody who was your mentor, a teacher to you. Always looked out. Excuse me. Who is threatened by the power of your potential? High Priestess, 9 of Cups, a teacher, a mentor, a guide, physically in this physical form. Pile number 3. They're still alive. A person of high wisdom and intellect. They're very spiritually intellectual as well, and knowledgeable and guided. However, with the 9 of Cups, they are selfish. They start with themselves. Whatever they know, they keep for themselves most of the time. They don't like to share their knowledge. They don't like to share their emotions either. You hardly know how this person feels like. With the B in black and the J and the white in this tarot card, right? It's like they're hot and they're cold. They're black and they're white. But it's giving very much divine feminine, as opposed to there was a pile with a similar message. I think it was pile number 1. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, but very selfish. They could have taught you a lot, or just a little. They taught you like a few tips and tricks here and there, but they are selfish. They don't want people to take their spot, like their position with the 9 of Cups. They don't want other people to also become mentors, or to know enough for them to also be teachers, to know enough for them to be experienced. This could be a colleague that is in a higher position than you. Ooh, this could be also a stingy boss, a boss who doesn't want to help their own colleagues boss up and level up and become better, and further develop their skills. This is somebody who does not want you to further develop your skills, even though they are highly qualified and skilled. They know a lot more than they lead on, so they hardly say anything. As I said, this is somebody who probably doesn't even unveil their true emotions, how they truly feel, as they truly feel them. Somebody who would rather just stay with a straight face than actually expose how they truly feel. Pile number 3. Definitely a mentor. They like the night. Thief of the night. Moon, feminine. So a feminine boss, a feminine boss. They're very emotional. High Priestess is a Pisces. They're very intuitive too. They know when you need help, but they don't extend their help. They know your potential for sure. They know the power of your potential. They've seen it before. They could have seen it even before you were born. Pile number 3, they could have, for example, if it's a scenario where it's like it's your colleague, as soon as you step through the door, they knew that you were the one. They knew that you were the one. They could have not even been in your department, for example, but they know that this person is gonna be the next thing in this office, in this building, and they're gonna come for my spot. Yeah, now I'm being shown like a scenario where there's people in a boardroom, in a board meeting, and the new young guy suggests an idea that the boss likes, and then somebody who usually suggests ideas is now getting really scared, tighten their boots, threatened, but there's a new guy in this bitch, and they make me work. They're my competition. This is somebody who sees you as their competition, even though you should be learning from them, or you see them as a teacher, but they don't see you as a student. They see you as competition. Yes, pile number 3. They see you as competition and not as a student. They think that you still have a lot to learn. You have a long way to go. You have a long way to go. You have a long way. They feel like you have a long way to go, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I feel like you have a long way to go according to them and their standards for you. You know what I'm saying? Part number 3. So don't take it too much to heart. Let's go to why. Why are they threatened? What exactly is it about your potential and its power that's such a threat? That's such an intimidating threat. 2 of Pentacles. I'm gonna just put this here in the middle. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Gag is pile number 3. You are just as intuitive as them with the Hierophant, but you use masculine energy and they use feminine energy, and we all know feminine energy tends to be way more strong and potent than masculine, but then it doesn't dismiss the power of the masculine, right? And it's like, look at the current state of our world. You know, if feminine energy, feminine power was like, is actually so powerful, but there's still women that are in abusive relationships that are still tolerating bullshit from men, from dusty ass men. You know what I'm saying? That's because, again, that masculine energy dominates. And so you, pile 3, you embody the masculine energy and they embody the feminine. And so that's why they feel like you still have a long way to go, even though you're already there. You, pile number 3, you most likely want to even collaborate with this person. As I said, this is somebody who sees a mentor in somebody else, but the mentor sees them as competition. So you look up to this person, but then you're also like damn, now that I'm up here with you, you're not even trying to talk to me or talk to me nice or being nice to me. You still mean, you still withholding information, you know. But it's fine now. I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get there with the Queen of Pentacles. I'll get there. This is somebody who was sent to be a guide to you. Such a big factor, player in your life in terms of establishing your growth and your potential and helping you see and realize your own potential. You wanting to be so much like them at some point from a positive, healthy perspective, it helped you, it boosts you to aim high. It's like you did the right thing. But then when you got there, they're not so happy that you're there. And so you just, they're like, hate that type of energy. It's like being invited to a place and you know that the person who invited you didn't actually want you to be there. So they sent you like a pity invite. And so everybody's looking around at you like, why is this person here? Because we know the host of the party doesn't like this person, you know? So you always just want to leave. You'd rather leave the party early. As soon as you find out that you were just somebody's +1 or you were last minute or you were just like, ugh, let me leave because I'm the Queen of Pentacles. I'm the queen, baby. Let alone the Pentacles. I am a nurturer. I'm worthy. I am abundant. I am a queen of fertility. You know, I'm mother. Don't even start. I'd rather be in my house petting my little pets. You know, I'm rich, bro. I mean, I may not show it in the way that I dress, but you definitely, it's almost like you're giving silent luxury, wealth. What do they call it? Generational wealth. That's why they're threatened by your potential. You exude very much generational wealth. You could have, okay, you could have inherited something, right? But that high priestess, the person who is intimidated by your potential, feels like you don't deserve your inheritance. As though you still have a long way to go before you become worthy of your own inheritance. But then you like, well, isn't that God's choice? You know, with the Two of Pentacles here, isn't that God's choice? If I wasn't worthy, then why am I in this position with the Queen of Pentacles? Then why am I the Queen of Pentacles? Why am I the Hierophant? Why am I right next to you? Why are you so threatened by the power of my potential? So yeah, I was saying, my son, before he interrupted, yeah, this is definitely somebody who, if they are family, they're feminine. Somebody who was sent to step in to be your guardian, but then they didn't raise you according to the standards of those that trusted them with you and your care and, you know, and your inheritance and your legacy. What energy should you tap into in order to further embody and truly step into the power of your potential? What energy should you tap into? So the scarcity energy and alchemy energy. By alchemy is Queen Nefertiti, and then with Sao, oh, I don't know that one, but it is scarcity. Yes, scarcity. I just mentioned leaving a party early just because you realized that you were just somebody's +1 and you were a pity invitation, or you can come if you want. You can come if you want type of invite. So with scarcity, the energy that you need to embody, that you need to further embody and tap into in order to truly get into that power of your potential is to be scarce. Pull back. If you're already pulled back, number 3, you've already pulled back, perfect. Pull back even further. Be scarce with your energy. Be very scarce. But also do not be afraid to show yourself when it's time to, because the time for you to show yourself and be amongst these people will come, no matter how scarce you get. With the sun and the moon, it's like, here she is with the sun, here she is with the moon, and she's two personalities, two people there, two energies, and both energies, they only come out when necessary, when needed. With the 2 of Pentacles as well here. Now I see it. Kind of missed it. Why they also are threatened by the power of your potential is that you're able to balance. You see, with the 2 of Pentacles, and there's a Hierophant here, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. You are able to balance, to be grounded, and ground your masculine and your feminine, your nurturing side, your routine-based side, your motherly side, your everyday life side, where you know what you're going to be cooking, you meal prepping, you know what day you're cleaning this, what day is laundry day, what day is workout day, where you're working out, where you're doing things that target your self-care, that are you just pouring back into yourself, and you just blossoming and dwelling within your feminine energy, right? You know how to balance that, and you know how to get down and dirty when it's time for you to pray and fight a war, and you understand the concept of spiritual wars. You know when it's time to switch on your candles, do those spells, those protection spells, those love spells. I'm assuming, pal number 3, you're doing these towards yourself, because again, there's a high priestess here, remember? So you've learned it from somebody. You've seen it, you've seen this before. It's nothing new. But then once you got to the top, once you unlocked your own psychic gifts, your own psychic developments, and you went to go share with this high priestess, they was like, this person is getting a little bit too smart for me. They're getting a little bit too smart, and they probably didn't even confirm nor deny anything that you went to ask about. Pile number 3. So as I was saying, you're able to balance this side with this energy, fertility and masculinity, and protection, safety, vulnerability, transparency. It's like with the 2 of Pentacles, I'm hearing, which side do you want today? It's all according to you. Which side of me do you want today? Which side do you want to experience today? It's all up to you. You want it to be a good day, or you want it to be a bad day? You are the definition of, are we going to take it? Are we going to do this the long way, or are we going to do this the hard way? The short way or the hard way? The long way or the short way? Or the hard way or the easy way? Yes, you're the definition of, are we going to do this the easy way, or are we going to do this the hard way? And when it's easy, it's really easy with the Queen of Pentacles. When it's hard, it's really hard with the Hierophant, because you're intuitive. You know these things, you know? Yeah, as I said, with scarcity, the energy you need to embody is scarcity. Let's read what scarcity has to say for you. 21. Embodiment. Shadow of scarcity. Stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? Goddess declaration. My blessings always overflow. Shadow guidance is that you have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. Pile number 3. And then beauty by day and hag by night. The Sokyont is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Ole Higu and Buhag. Whether energy or blood, for vampires there is never enough to go around. They're an energy vampire. Those that are threatened by you are your energy vampire, and you need to remain scarce from their energy. But do not detach from a perspective of, oh, who's gonna love me if it's my own family that's doing this to me? Who's gonna love me if it's my own mentor that's abandoning me? Who's gonna love me? Stop it. Stop it. Be grateful for your knowledge. Be grateful for how far you've carried yourself to be here. Yes, you needed help along the way, and people denied their help. People denied themselves. They said no, they're not gonna help you. They kicked you out. 5 of Pentacles you. 5 of Pentacles your ass out of there in the cold. They thought you weren't deserving. They said that you wouldn't make it. They said that you weren't deserving of the inheritance. They said that you weren't deserving of the business. You weren't deserving of the life that you're living. You weren't deserving of the freedom that you have. You weren't deserving of the parents that you have. You weren't deserving of the love and the protection and the joy that you experience every day. You weren't deserving of being spoiled by your parents. You weren't deserving of all of these things, having extra hobbies and just living a soft life. You weren't deserving of those things. That's what they were saying. But then as soon as you pull back your energy and remain scarce away from them, don't make it a you problem. It's not your fault. So be grateful. Write down that gratitude list, because you're a queen. You're a queen. There's literally Queen of Pentacles. You're abundant. You're a queen. You're a nurturer. You know how to make things go from you're an investment. You're an asset to yourself as a person. You're worthy. It's almost like you know how to make a meal out of 2 ingredients and make it taste so good. You know how to make a house into a home. Whether you want to have children or not, it doesn't mean that. I mean, in terms of, even if, you know what I'm saying, you know how to decorate. You know how to make it feel loving. You know how to make the space feel loving, the space feel safe, protected, nurturing. You know, so let's read with the embodiment of Queen Nefertiti. You are an alchemist. You have the power to bend universal energy, dare to transmute, lead into gold, and by shifting from fear to love. Everything you desire exists in some form of loving energy. Match this frequency. See it in your mind's eye first. Imagine it. I am fully loved. I am loved fully. What does it look, taste, and smell like to be loved unconditionally? I am happy and healthy. See it. I am a money magnet. What does it feel like? What does it feel like to be a money magnet? Pile number 3. What does it feel like to be unconditionally loved like you are? Pile number 3. What does it look, taste, and smell like? Pile number 3. To be loved. What is it like to be loved fully? No, I want to know, pile number 3. Tell me. What does it feel like to be a money magnet? What does it feel like to be able to bend the energy of the universe, pile number 3? Huh? With the Goddess declaration, declare, everything I touch turns to gold, pile number 3. Everything you touch turns to gold, and they know it. I told you with the High Priestess. They're very intuitive. They know. They knew of your potential. They've heard of your potential. They've seen your potential. They knew of your potential when you were still young. They've watched you grow. As soon as you step through that building, as soon as you stepped through the heavens onto the earth to live this life, as soon as they held you as a baby, they saw you that pile number 3 is here to shift everything, and they're here for the throne, and the throne is theirs. They are the queen. You're an alchemist. It is time. You turn everything that life throws your way into gold. You are on the path to fulfilling your purpose. As I was saying, pile number 3, this is somebody who, if it's a family member, I'm strongly getting like an aunt, a feminine, a grandmother, a feminine, somebody who was supposed to teach you something, instead they didn't. They taught you in small little increments, and they let everything just be a lesson. They'll figure it out. Pile number 3 is going to figure it out by themselves. They're good. Since everybody says they're going to be the queen, they are the queen, they're the one that's right for the throne, they are deserving. Let's see. Let's see. Your mentor, is that my best player in the team? I know that's my best player in the team, but I'm still going to continue to bench that person. But the day that they let you out on that field, pile number 3, and you show them your skills, everybody wants to sign you. Everybody's like, who was that? They're asking the coach, and they see the coach is now mumbling. The coach doesn't want to give out your information. But don't worry, because you are loved. Keep affirming that you are loved. You are a money magnet. You are a success. You are your potential. You are powerful within your potential. Then baby, you are going to attract the right sponsors who actually care about you and want to see you go big and don't view you as a threat. You're going to attract the right mentors, the right coaches that see the power in your potential, and they want to expand it, and they want to pour into that. You can't be worried about the people that see you as a competition, but you're there to learn. You were there to learn, and they saw the competition because they saw the hunger in you. They saw the thirst, the zeal, the wanting, the pull within you. They saw it. The passion, the ambition. They saw that, pile number 3, and they got threatened from then, and that was only day 1 for you. So, okay, pile number 3. That is who and why and what energy you should embody. I'll see you in my next video. Please leave a like and do the most with the corresponding emoji, man. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, babe. Hello, my lovely pile 4s. Last but not least, for sure. Let's get right into it. Question number 1: who is threatened by the power of your potential? Pile number 4. Who is threatened by pile number 4's potential? Who is threatened by pile number 4's potential and its power? We have the Empress and the Page of Swords. We have the Empress and the Page of Swords. This could be a person whose opinion you valued, their perspective or view on things you valued. So it could be also your mother with the Empress. This could be your mother, your grandmother, your auntie, your older sister. This is somebody whose approval you used to seek, or you still do seek it. If you did choose this pile 4, you could be young, or you could be very young, but you also mature. Empress there, and the Page of Swords. Your mother, your aunt, your grandmother, your great grandmother, your nurturer, your form or sense of stability of some sort, but a definite divine feminine, for sure. Somebody who you looked up to, pile number 4, is threatened by your potential. Somebody you definitely looked up to, somebody who was a lady. If you are a feminine watching this, if you're a woman watching this, this is somebody who encapsulated what it means to be a woman for you, you know. So growing up, you'd be like, damn, I want to be like her when I grow up, you know. Not because they spiritually wise or things like that. I was saying, pile number 4, this is somebody who raised you, somebody who's or was present while in your childhood, somebody who you used to look up to. You were like, damn. If you are a man watching this, they represented for sure what a woman is supposed to look like in your eyes. They were the standard for what you want your wife to be like, or the mother of your children to be like. You know, when you see a grandmother who's soft, nurturing, soft-spoken, sweet, elderly, just kind and sweet and generous, and you're like, damn, you know, I want a wife that's just like that granny who has those attributes, you know, that sweetness, kindness, nurturing spirit about her, that motherly spirit about her, you know, that all the animals love, all the kids love. Your energy is just so pure. That's that person who's threatened by your potential and the power of your potential. Yeah, this is definitely somebody who changed your views and things, that impacted your views on things and how you see things and how you make decisions and how you um, think about things, how you think of yourself, how you think of everybody. Why? Why are they threatened by your potential? Pile number 3. Oh, oopsie. Maybe you should watch that. Maybe you should go watch pile number 3's message, pile number 4. But why are they threatened by pile number 4? What is it about your potential and its power that is so intimidating? What is it? We have the King of Cups. Ooh, we have the Empress. That's what's intimidating. Huh, 2 Empresses. That's why they were threatened. That's why they were threatened. That's who's threatened. So it's like a mother who's threatened by their own daughter because they're pregnant, because their daughter's pregnant. Ooh, you know what I'm seeing, Papa? This could also be your mom after she became a single mother, after she became a divorcee, after she had to stand on her own. But she forgets that you used to look up to her. She forgets that you everything that you know, she's taught you. She forgets that you look up to her. She's not supposed to feel threatened by her own daughter, but rather see it as a like, wow, my daughter is trying to be like me. I feel so honored. I feel so inspired. I feel like I'm doing a great job as a mother. So why are they threatened by you, pal number 4? They're threatened by you because it's heartbreaking to see your potential, to witness your potential, to witness the change and the growth that you've underwent in your own journey, to witness your growth for real, King of Cups, how emotionally mature you've become over the years. That's why they're threatened. And how you were able to gain control over your emotions, and you're able to exert a certain type of emotion at a certain time, you know. That means you're able to engage with people accordingly. You know how to handle conflict. You know how to handle disappointment. You know how to handle extreme joy, adrenaline. You know how to make mature choices. They thought that you would run back to them and ask for their help again, for their guidance again. With the Empress and these first Empress, this first row Empress, and the Page of Swords, it 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 makes me feel like they had the option to guide you into a certain direction, but they always misled you on purpose because they were threatened by your potential, because they were threatened by your power. If this is your mom, I don't get that. I don't get how moms are jealous of their own children. You created this person. That's a part of you. All of who they are is a tiny little speck of who you are. Yes, allow them to be themselves, but they're also an extension of who you are. How are you jealous? Whatever they win, you've won as well. They're continuing out and carrying out the legacy, what their mission, what you couldn't fulfill, they're now fulfilling, you know. And that's why they're threatened by your potential pile number 4. That whatever they couldn't do, you've done. You've stepped forward. You could have gotten married before you got pregnant, and they didn't. When they had you, they were just dating this person, or maybe they had you while they were still in high school. But I get pile number 4, you weren't angry at your mom for that. You weren't mad at her for that. If anything, you love the fact that you guys are close in age, the fact that she did all of that, and you respect your mom, and you look up to your mom, and you look up to this person. But it's like you also put the distance. You've been heartbroken with the Three of Swords. You know, your heart has been broken because you've always looked up and lived up to this person, but when they disappointed you, when you realized that, damn, this person's actually leading me astray and is leading me a little bit further away from my destiny and my truth and my purpose, on purpose, intentionally doing so. It's like as soon as you stepped away from this person, pile number 4, you got married, you had your kids, and it's a healthy marriage, it's a healthy love, it's a healthy experience. Your pregnancy is not so difficult, it's full of joy, of love, but it's definitely, you're definitely heartbroken by the people. Why you are heartbroken by where your relationship with this person is at. Yes, pile number 4, they are heartbroken too by the damage they've done. With the Three of Swords here, this lady's wearing a white t-shirt and it's stained. And her hands are in her hair as if she's saying like, oh no, what have I done? You know, I've stained the white tee. It won't be white. No matter how much bleach I put on it, it won't be white again. At least I could hide my heart with the swords in it through this t-shirt. But now that the stains have went through and seeped through to the white t-shirt, everybody else as well can see my heartbreak, can see the heartache, you know. Pile number 4. This is somebody who was supposed to, who was meant to be enlightened by your journey, but instead they chose not to be enlightened. They chose not to view it as an enlightening, but rather as, I don't know. But what I can say is that this whole situation has definitely made you emotionally mature. Your understanding for emotions, your intelligence, your emotional intelligence, it's out of this roof, pile number 4, and that's the power within your potential. That's the key for your potential. Regulation, emotional regulation. You know how to step up in the room, command the room, but also regulate the conversations. You know how to be sweet, how to be understanding, how to be nurturing. You are the king of it, not the queen, the king of it. But you're also absolutely gorgeous. This is somebody who's absolutely gorgeous. Somebody whose sense of style you also derived your sense of style from, for sure. I don't get that you guys have a bad relationship. I just get that maybe there may be some sort of distance. It's almost like there's not enough space for 2 queens, not enough room for 2 queens, so they have to stay in separate kingdoms, you know, go rule in separate kingdoms. Yeah. If this is your older sister or your older cousin who's a female, older, yeah, anybody that you used to look up to and at some point you actually had a good relationship with, a very good one, where you guys used to conversate a lot, used to understand one another, you used to pour into one another, you know, they hurt at how the relationship is now. They don't like it with the Three of Swords. They really hurt. And to witness your potential, to witness you live within your potential is hurting them, because they're like, damn, I could have been a part of that instead apart from that. You know, I could be a part of it instead of apart from it. And yeah, they're also emotionally growing. You've triggered a lot of emotional growth within them as well. Okay, pile number 4. What energy should you tap into in order to further embody and truly step into the power of your potential? What energy should you tap into? We have Satira, Brazen, Satira, Brazen, and then we have Erzuli Dantor, etheric chords, and it came out in reverse. I don't. Okay, let's read it upright because we don't do reversals for real. It's 17 and 27. The numbers are 17 and 27. Yeah, this is definitely a parent, because as you can see, the numbers go from 17 to 27, but also the picture in Satira, the lady is by herself doing it on her own, to a lady who has now a kingdom, and she has her own house, her children, she's given birth. Yeah, this is somebody who was also threatened by the power of your potential way before, like, your teenage years. Once you started becoming your own person and developing into your own person, because I don't get like the relationship was horrible or ruined or damaged while you were still young, because you loved them, you looked up to them, you forgave them quicker, you loved them quicker. But as you were growing up, becoming like a teenager, where you're able to make your own choices, and you just felt so confined, and you were like, okay, I thought you were like this, but you're not like this, you like that. So let's go to Satira. Let's hear what does Satira have to say for us today. 17, and it says Goddess of Brazenness. Goddess of Brazenness. We're gonna start with embodiment. Make the brazen decision. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? It is brazen to be unapologetically you. It is brazen to speak up for someone not in the room. It is brazen to choose a different spiritual path or career than your community. It is brazen to build your family your way. God or Goddess force energy is brazen. I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen. That is the Goddess declaration. I'm going to repeat it. I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen. What did I say? Build your family your way. It's like now you have the same opportunities that she did, but you married, you have a great support system, you love your children, you love being a mother, you love raising others, you love being this empress, you love being a nurturer, you love being a teacher to others, you love being of guidance to others. But that came at a cost of your relationship with your mother. The reason why you love it so much is because your mom didn't love it so much, and you tried so much to love your mom. But it's not a child's job to love their parents. You know, a child can only love how much their parents teach them, you know. Some children, yes, they are here to remind their parents of the love that they deserve, for sure. Some children are just here to, for example, my son, you know, he tells me he loves me every day, and I tell the same way I tell him. Like, it's crazy. I had him when I was 16, and I didn't think I was ready. I didn't know. Of course I wasn't ready. I was 16, and when I found out I was pregnant, I was 16 and I was already 6 months pregnant, so I couldn't go back, if you know what I mean, you know, on my choices, and it was a little bit too late. And now that I'm looking back and he's here, he's alive, he's 7 years old, I'm like, go back, like, abort? Damn, my life would have been completely different. And every day I hug him a little bit tighter. Every day I love him, like, more and more. Every day I tell him that I love him more and more, and I appreciate his existence more and more, you know. And I'm just raising him differently from how I was raised, because after my mom passed away, everybody else who was meant to be almost like a mother figure for me failed me. Oh, maybe this is my pile. Damn. But this is not about me. Satira's guidance. Step up, go for it. Partner with the divine to make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you will elevate you. All who mean you harm fall away. Your hurdles are illusions because you are plugged into the source. Yes, your hurdles are illusions because you are plugged into the source. All who mean you harm fall away. And then there is the partner with the divine to make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you will elevate you. And that's what I said. I told you that this person tried their best to sway your mindset, to sway your mind with the Page of Swords. and inject different ideas and opinions and directions and sway you away from your destiny. But then it didn't diminish you, rather it elevated you. It deterred you for a moment, but you went back right on track as soon as you gave that person some space. You gave space between the two of you, right? But when you made that brazen decision, you know, when you realized that you could never fail without them, and it's time for you to be truly who you are and step into who you truly are. You became so abundantly blessed. You became the empress. You unlocked and unleashed another different connection and power source to the source. Another connection to source, a deeper level, a deeper connection to the universe, you know? I'll be back. Hello. Next we have Erzuli Dentor, goddess of etheric chords. Erzuli Dentor fought elbow to elbow with her people during the Haitian Revolution to protect mothers and children. She represents the healing of the Dark Mother. Erzuli Dentor's guidance. Okay, let's first read the embodiment. Do it the way I've been doing it throughout. Embodiment. The energy cords binding you and someone you no longer wish to be attached to are strong. You must be willing to let go. Pile number 4. Close your eyes. See divine swords of gods or goddesses, loving lights separating you and dissolving the cords between you. You are both whole and healed. Just as you shower to cleanse physical grime, there is also grime in the form of energy cords, also called karmic ribbons, emotional cords or etheric cords. Spiritual maintenance is required. Goddess declaration is, I am worthy, I am compassionate, and I am whole. The Erzuli Dentor's guidance is, if it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. Number 4, remember your worth. So funny that they said you shouldn't be afraid to cut those cords, you know? If you no longer wish to be attached to somebody, then cut the cord. Cut the cord. You have the power to cut the cord. You are an empress, pal number 4. And do not doubt the life that you've built for yourself. Do not doubt the choices you made for yourself up until this point. Do not be afraid to cut off those cords just because you're afraid that you're gonna be alone or you're gonna be lonely. You're afraid that you won't have anything to fall back on. You don't. You only have you, pal 4. You have pal 4 to fall back on. You have yourself, pal 4. You have your children. But even then, your children are not here to be your fallback on. They're here to remind you that you are loved, that they in your corner, that they choose you for you. You know? And you got this, pal number 4. So you need to tip and exude that energy. Exude the energy of the fact that you truly, genuinely want to cut these cords. You truly, genuinely want to start your own regime. The same way you shower, you need to take a spiritual shower. It's all up in your hands, pal number 4. And stop thinking you don't know or you're not well equipped enough. You are so grown, pal number 4. You are so grown. That's the thing about your potential and your power. Your power is probably in being a mother, a nurturer. Not a lot of people on this earth are meant to be mothers, but we have so many children. And I'm not saying go around adopt all of them. But I'm definitely saying if one person sees you be the mother that you are, people feel the hope again that there's still good mothers out there. There's still good people. You could be a teacher, you know, where you take care of other people's children for a couple of hours a day. And those children's parents, they love you, they adore you, pal number 4. They look up to you. Those children that you're teaching, they consider you their parent. So just because the people that were raising you and were supposed to be your empress and your divine feminine and nurture you failed you, doesn't mean you need to fail others, pal number 4. Not that you are, but you know, just in case. I love you, my pal number 4. I'll see you in my other video. Please comment with the respective emoji man. And yeah, goodbye. Leave a like, subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye, babes.